from the CyberHub bunker and studio, you're tuning in to the CyberHub Podcast. And now for your host and CISO, James Azar.
All right. Hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. I am pre-recording today's episode. So for those watching us live on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, I'm really sorry, but we've had to pre-record today's episode due to some issues coming up at the time we needed to be live. So let's get into today's show. We've got a packed show, but before we do that, please make sure to go check out our brand new website, cyberhubpodcast.com. You can find all the latest content, everything you can want right there. So go and check it out. We've got a packed show on today, so let's get right into that with Microsoft now blocking internet macros by default on 5 of the big Office applications that rely on those. In one of the most impactful changes that could impact any cybersecurity practitioner, Microsoft announced today that it will block by default the execution of VBA macro scripts inside 5 Office applications. Those applications are obviously Access, Excel, PowerPoint, Visio, and Word. Users will not be able to enable macro scripts inside untrusted documents that they've downloaded from the internet. This will be effective April of 2022, so we're just several months away from this big change. The change which security researchers have been talking about for years, and I know many practitioners, is expected to put a serious roadblock for malware gangs which have relied on macro scripts in order to install malware on systems. So these are going to be very significant changes. This also changes the way we operate within our business. A lot of people rely on these macros within Excel and Word documents as part of their work. So the fact that they're waiting until April to roll this out means there's going to be a bunch of best practices documents of how to open and enable macros, how to really ensure that we are using trusted sources and the proper signatures on those documents. Microsoft also announced its plans today in a blog post on its tech community portal. The blog post also contains a description of the logic that the 5 Office apps will follow when deciding whether to allow or block the execution of macro scripts. Again, some really good logic here. There are also going to be I'm sure there'll be some stuff within Microsoft internally for us as practitioners in order to enable this. This is a big win, folks. A really big win and a good move by Microsoft. We'll move on to our next story where Microsoft says that Mac Trojans have become stealthier and more menacing. The malware hunters at Microsoft are calling attention to a nasty macOS malware family that's evolved quickly from a basic information gathering Trojan to a stealthy backdoor. The macOS malware family is called Update Agent. It's first serviced about a year ago with rudimentary infection and data theft capabilities, but now the malware is becoming fully powered spy toolkit. This started around November of 2020 when Microsoft first observed a macOS threat being used for reconnaissance with basic functions to collect product names, software versions, and other system information. In fact, we went back this morning as we're picking the story and saw that we actually reported this back then when it was released. In January 2021, the newer version added capabilities for fetching secondary payloads from public clouds, and a few months later, Microsoft noticed stealthy bypass of Apple's security controls, to worrying signs that the gang behind the malware continues to invest heavily to reach victims on Apple's flagship platform. We know that Apple continues to be a main threat, a main target for many threat actors. The malware, which is currently being used to siphon money from malicious online advertising, has also been observed bypassing Apple's gatekeeper security technology and leveraging existing user permissions to quietly perform malicious activities before deleting the evidence to cover its track. Redmond shared its finding with Amazon, and the malicious URLs have since been taken down. So another good one for Microsoft there. A cyber attack takes down Vodafone Portugal mobile voice and TV services. It said that Vodafone Portugal said that a large chunk of its customers' data services went offline overnight following a deliberate and malicious cyber attack intended to cause damage and disruption. The company's 4 and 5G mobile networks, along with fixed voice, television, SMS, and voice digital answering services are all still offline. We've already recovered mobile voice services, and mobile data services are available exclusively on the 3G network in almost the entire country, but the scale and seriousness of the criminal act to which we were subjected to implies careful and prolonged work for all other services. Vodafone has said it's working on restoring this. Rumors are currently making waves online that because over the past month, a ransomware gang had extorted Impressa and Cofina, two of Portugal's largest news media outlets. The Lapsus ransomware gang, which was behind the two attacks, has not taken credit for Vodafone Portugal itself. Vodafone Portugal employees said while contacted on LinkedIn that they were only aware of the technical outage, were not aware of anything within the press release. You've got to wonder if Portugal's going to look at this and say it's a nation state and a nation state attack and a declaration of war. That would be significant there as well, a huge precedent. Several malware families are still using, are now using pay-per-install service to expand their targets. This is a detailed examination of the pay-per-install malware service called Private Loader, has revealed its crucial delivery of a variety of malware like Smoke Loader, Redline Stealer, Viter, Raccoon, and G Cleaner, all since May of 2021. Loaders are malicious programs used for loading additional executable on infectious machines, and now their private market is going even greater with now a pay-per-download type of scheme. There's many other downloads, many other families of payloads that they have pushed previously, like Danabot, Formbook, or Xloader, Cryptbot, Aremicus, Nanocore, TrickBot, Kronos, Drydax, NJRAD, Bitrad, Agent Tesla, and Lockbit. So keep your eyes out for that. And finally, China telecom Hytera has been charged for recruiting Motorola employees to steal trade secrets. The Chinese telecom firm has been indicted over an alleged insider operation aimed at stealing trade secrets belonging to Motorola. The DOJ on Monday said that Hytera Communication Corp, can anything from China not sound evil? Like Hytera and Hydra sound very, very similar here. Recruited and hired Motorola Solutions employees and directed them to take proprietary and trade secret information from Motorola without authorization. The indictment, which was unsealed in the Northern District of Illinois, says that Motorola and Hydra both moved from the sale of analog mobile radios to digital radios after a 2004 announcement by the FCC. Motorola began working on digital radios that same year, and hundreds of Motorola employees spent years developing the hardware and software solutions to design, manufacture, market, and sell DMR. 3 years later, Hytera launched its own commercial shift to DMR with sales made by affiliates in the U.S. However, the Shenzhen-based Hytera had recruited a number of former Motorola employees between 2008 and 2009, urging them to steal secrets from Motorola and bring it over there. If Hytera is found guilty, the telecom firm may be required to pay up to 3 times the value of the stolen IP, including the expenses incurred for the research. Hytera told Reuters that it's disappointed by the charges, commenting that the indictment purports to describe activities of former Motorola employees that occurred in Malaysia more than a decade ago. The threat of the supply chain continues. Folks, that's it for our program today. You can go and check out all of our latest episodes on our website at cyberhubpodcast.com. We'll be back live tomorrow right here at 9 a.m. Eastern on your favorite podcast listening platform. Until then, have a great rest of your day and stay cyber safe.
We love feedback, so make sure to connect with us on social media and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform.